Broadcasting live from somewhere in the Shadow Realm, this is YuGiOh Duel Links Talk. Here's your host, Doug Dimmadoo.
Hey there, and welcome to another episode of YuGiOh Duel Links Talk. Today we're going to look at the level 40 rewards for another legendary duelist that you could find at the Duelist Gate within Duel World. So today we're going to take a look at my Valentine, and she's got some pretty good support cards, and if you go up against her at level 40, you should be able to build a pretty good deck if you're able to get a lot of these drop cards. So first we'll start with the normals. The first normal is Marvelous. It is a level 4 Winged Beast Fusion. 1300 attack, 900 defense. It requires Tyhone and Wings of Wicked Flame. So, yeah, 4-star fusion, nothing fancy there. It's the normal drop that you're able to get. Then you got Harpy Lady, the level 4 Winged Beast, plain vanilla, 1300 attack, 1400 defense. Now, this is a really sought-after normal because you're able to utilize this if you're able to get my Valentine skill, Harpy's Hunting Ground, because whenever you summon a Harpy Lady card, even if it's the plain vanilla Harpy Lady, then you're able to activate your field spell's effect to choose a spell or trap card on the field and destroy it. So yeah, it's a pretty good normal, just if you combo that out with the skill. Now, next rare, we have Amazoness Shamanism. It is a trap where you destroy all face-up Amazoness monsters you control. Then you can special summon any number of level 4 or lower Amazoness monsters from your graveyard in face-up defense position, up to the number of monsters destroyed by this effect. So, if for whatever reason you want to switch out some cards that you have on the field with some that were destroyed, this is a really good trap card in that type of deck. But you do want to run an Amazoness deck if that's the case. Obviously, it won't work any other way. But now you have Shadow of Eyes. This is a good card that you could use in a ton of different decks. I like this one because I've seen, in more casual duels, but you'll see people who like to set Hane or Gale Lizard, anything along those lines where they'll be flipping their monster over and activating their effect. Well, Shadow of Eyes is a trap card where when a monster is set on your opponent's side of the field, target one of those set monsters and change that set monster to face-up attack position, and flip effects are not activated. So this is the ultimate counter to opponents whose sole strategy is to rely on flip effects. This just absolutely blows that out of the water. Shadow of Eyes is a rare, and you can get that pretty easily if you go up against level 40 Mai quite a few times, but you'll be able to get a few copies of that. Then you got Aqua Chorus, a continuous trap card where if there are monsters with the same name on the field, increase the attack and defense of all of those monsters with the same name by 500 points. So this can come in handy pretty well. I like this kind of comboing out in a Red Eyes deck where I know that I'm getting a lot of Red Eyes Black Dragons into the graveyard and summoning them back out. So kind of filling my field with Red Eyes Black Dragons. If I have Aqua Chorus out there, each of them are going to boost their attack and defense by 500 for each other one. So if I got 3 on the field, we're talking a pretty significant boost and an overall solid strategy. So this goes great for decks where you know that you're running multiple copies of the same monster and you're hoping to get them out on the field. Aqua Chorus is just a really good trap card to use for that. Next rare we have here is Cyber Shield. It is an equipped spell card where you equip only to Harpy Lady or Harpy Lady's sisters. It gains 500 attack. Pretty good. Then you got Amazoness Fighter, the level 4 warrior, 1500 attack, 1300 defense. You take no battle damage from attacks involving this card. So I like this one a lot, just in the sense that you really have no... I guess there's really no downfall to keeping this on the field in face-up attack position, because even if it gets run over by a really powerful opposing monster, you're not going to take any battle damage. So yeah, that's really cool. Next, you have Amazoness Chain Master, level 4 warrior, 1500 attack, 1300 defense. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can pay 1500 life points. Look at your opponent's hand, then add 1 monster from their hand to your hand. So I like this card a lot, just in the sense that, yeah, you're paying 1500 life points to make it happen, but you could really throw off your opponent's strategy, where if they are ready to make a play on their next move, like say for example, your opponent's setting themselves up for a Levia Dragon Daedalus play on their next turn. Hopefully your Amazoness Chainmaster gets destroyed, you're able to take that Levia Dragon out of their hand and kind of really blow up their strategy. So just depending on, if you know your opponent's deck pretty well and you're able to tell based on their hand what cards they need and don't need from a monster standpoint, then this is one of the better cards, I would say. Amazoness Chainmaster is just a really good card to just trip up your opponent. Now we're going to get into the super rares. The first one we have is Amazoness Willpower. It's a continuous trap where you select one Amazoness monster in your graveyard and special summon it in attack position. It cannot change its battle position and must attack if able. When this card is removed from the field, destroy that monster. When that monster is destroyed, destroy this card. So you're basically just kind of, you're getting that monster out of the graveyard, and it's blindly got to attack if the opportunity is there on the field. So, it could have some drawbacks if your opponent has some really strong monsters out on the field, and your Amazoness monster from the graveyard won't quite stack up to it. But hey, I mean, it's still a good kind of Monster Reborn type of trap card if you're running an Amazoness deck. So overall, I'll take that. It's pretty cool. Next super rare is Harpy Lady Phoenix Formation. If you control 3 or more Harpy Lady and or Harpy Lady Sisters, target as many monsters your opponent controls as possible, but not more than the total number of Harpy Lady and Harpy Lady Sisters you control, and destroy those targets. If you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the highest original attack among those destroyed monsters, your choice if tied. You cannot special summon monsters from the main deck or extra deck, nor conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this card. So, Harpy Lady Phoenix Formation is just an overall obliteration of your opponent's monsters. It has the drawback where then you can't enter your battle phase, but honestly, if your opponent has a lot of strong monsters and they inflict life points for the highest attack of those monsters that you destroyed, I don't really see a drawback to that if you're just straight up demolishing your opponent's life points in that way. But of course, it's such a huge resource to have 3 different three Harpy Ladies or Harpy Lady Sisters on the field at the same time. But using Elegant Egotist to get your Harpy Lady Sisters on the field makes it a little bit easier. So you're kind of able to fill your field pretty quick. If your opponent's playing more defensive, then Harpy Lady Phoenix Formation can be just a really good card if you have that in your deck. Next you have Amazoness Swordswoman. It's a level 4 warrior, 1500 attack, 1600 defense. Your opponent takes all battle damage that you would have taken from a battle involving this card. So I like the strategy behind this one, because say for example, we'll just say your opponent has a Blue Eyes White Dragon on the field. It's got a 3000 attack. Amazoness Swordswoman has a 1500 defense, so your opponent's got, getting down there in life points. Maybe it's at 1000 life points, 1200 life points. If you run your Amazoness Swordswoman into that Blue Eyes White Dragon for the difference of 1500 that normally you would have taken battle damage for, well, your opponent takes that battle damage and it's game over. So Amazoness Swordswoman situationally can be a very good card. So I really like that one. Next you have Amazoness Tiger. It's a level 4 beast, 1100 attack, 1500 defense. You can only control one Amazoness Tiger. This card gains 400 attack for each Amazoness monster you control. Your opponent cannot attack any face-up Amazoness monsters except this one. So at least this one redirects and kind of funnels the attacks. So if your opponent only has one strong monster, it's only going to attack your Amazoness Tiger rather than any of the other Amazoness cards that you have on the field. So overall, this one's really good, and it's got that nice little attack boost. Say you're going to have 2 other Amazoness cards on the field. You'll be able to boost the attack by 800. So you're talking about a 1900 attack monster. So I'd like to see this card in action. I really haven't seen it yet, but Amazoness Tiger seems like it's got some pretty good potential. Then you got Amazoness Sage, the other super rare, level 4 warrior, 1400 attack, 700 defense. At the end of the damage step, if this card attacked and is still on the field, target one spell or trap card your opponent controls and destroy that target. So I like the way that one sounds. Even if you're attacking into a face down defense position monster, then this card's still going to be on the field after the attack. So Amazoness Sage can be a pretty useful tool. It's the kind of card that you want to try and boost the attack, so hopefully you can keep it on the field longer. It's just another way to start destroying your opponent's spell and trap cards. So this is just it. Amazoness Sage is an awesome super rare. Then you have Harpy's Pet Dragon. It's the last super rare of the set. It is a level 7 dragon. This card gains 300 attack and defense for each Harpy Lady on the field. So, odds are, this monster will be up to, say, 2600 attack, depending on how many Harpy Ladies you have on the field with Harpy's Pet Dragon. But, keep in mind you can have other boosters to increase Harpy's Pet Dragon's attack as well. But yeah, this is just a pretty good card. I remember this one from the show. Just a really good card if you're able to use it right. So anyway, that's kind of the basic overview of what's involved if you're going up against level 40 My Valentine. You'll be able to get quite a few Amazonas support cards. You could build a really, really good Amazonas deck if you have a good chunk of these pieces here. But yeah, overall, there are some great drop cards that you'd be able to get from going up against my within the dual world dual gate there. So yeah, next time you're planning on farming some cards, might want to look into Mai's direction and see if this is the route that you want to take. So anyway, yeah, if you've built decks with these types of cards that you got from farming Mai, I'd love to hear your deck builds and hear about your experiences. So feel free to reach out to me on Twitter at YuGiOh Deck Talk. It's all one word, at YuGiOh Deck Talk, and we may revisit this subject later on if there's any new My Valentine deck builds with a lot of these cards. So, but yeah, love to hear what you guys have to say. Yeah, feel free to reach out on Twitter. So anyway, that's it for today's episode. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Take care.